Thanks for tuning in to Nail Art Madness. My first design is going to be this beautiful Ombre Speckled Egg nail art design. To start the design, I always and I highly recommend everyone to do this because it's a huge help with cleanup and it protects your nails, is to use no mess or glue. I use regular store purchased Elmer's glue and put it in an old nail polish bottle. I put 2 layers of the glue on my nail and then sealed it in with a top coat and 1 layer on the side of my nails to help with cleanup. It's a lifesaver for me, so I highly recommend it. For the ombre colors, I am using Pink Punk from Sally Hansen, Easter Bunny from Broadway Nails, and Lacy Lilac, some people pronounce it Lilac, from Sally Hansen. I will also be using a makeup sponge and a piece of saran wrap. Now, if you don't have saran wrap, you can use a fan brush, a dotting tool, a toothpick, a Q-tip, a bobby pin. There's tons of stuff around your house that you could use to do this design. For my base coat, I'm using French White from Broadway Nails. I'm just going to use a thin layer. I don't need my base coat to be real opaque because I just need it to make sure that my main colors really stand out. After my polish has dried, I'm using Pink Punk at the top of the sponge, which will be going back toward my cuticle area, Easter Bunny in the middle, and Lacy Lilac at the end, which will be the tip of my nails. I like to line up the makeup sponge with my nail and roll the polish over and then press it gently on the nail. I'm going to repeat this process until I get the desired look on my nail. While waiting on my polish to dry, I'm going to go ahead and cut my saran wrap in half. I am now rolling the saran wrap in a ball and sort of pulling it apart until I get a crinkled texture. Now I'm going to add a couple drops of Royal Hue by Sally Hansen onto an old nail art stamper. I'm now taking my saran wrap and lightly pressing it on the stamper to gather the polish and applying it randomly on the nail. Now I like to do just a little bit at a time because if I want more I can always add more color to it instead of taking it away, but you can add as much or as little speckle as you want. Once you have achieved your desired look, let it dry and then add your top coat. And that is it for the Ombre Speckled Nails. This was such a fun design to do and I hope y'all enjoyed it as well. So for the second nail design, I'm going to be doing this really cute bunny nail art design. I will be using Easter Bunny, French White, my black Art Deco brush, and Lacy Lilac. Also, I'm going to be using my green dotting tool and a thin nail art brush. And you've got to excuse my nail art brush, it has a lot of polish on it. I haven't cleaned it in a while. Lastly, I'm going to be using a little piece of saran wrap. So the first thing I'm going to do is do a base coat, and I'm going to use the Lacy Lilac. And I really want this to be opaque, so I really need to do more than 1 coat. I ended up doing 2 layers. You really want your base color to be completely dry before you start on your bunny design, so you want to make sure it's dried completely before moving on. Now it's time to sketch out my bunny design, and for that I'm using the French White polish, my saran wrap, and my nail brush with a little bit of acetone and to thin out the polish. That way I can do a light sketch on my nail. I'm going to start with doing a half circle about 1/4 away up from the tip of my nail. And this does not have to be perfect. This is just a sketch. You can go in and fix any mistakes and smooth out your lines later. Now I'm going to add in the bunny ears, and I'm going to do the ears just a little away from the middle of the circle, so that way I have that head space in between the ears. You can do the ears either to a point or rounded or folded over. My bunny ears are just rounded out. Once you're happy with the ears and the way that your sketch turned out, you can start to fill in the ears very lightly with the white polish. For the face, I'm using my nail brush from the white polish, and I'm just filling in the bottom part of the half circle on the tip of my nail. I'm going to let this dry for about 5 to 10 minutes. Now I'm just going back over and refilling in my sketch that I did on my nail, smoothing out any of your hard lines and fixing any mistakes that you may have made on the nail. Now I'm using the Easter Bunny polish with a little drop on the saran wrap, again mixed with a little bit of acetone. It helps thin out the polish. And I'm going to do little mini ears inside of the white ears of the bunny. Now I'm going to take the larger end of my green dotting tool and do a little pink nose for the bunny right in the middle of the tip of my nail. Now I'm going to take some of my black polish and do little frowny faces for the eyes and do 3 little whiskers coming off of the nose. You want to be sure to let this set and dry really good before adding a top coat, and then you're done. This design was so easy and fun. I can't wait to do the next one. The third design that I'm going to do is a glitter rainbow. I am so excited about this design. It is so cute and it's very easy and quick to do. I'm starting this design off by polishing my nail in the French white. It doesn't have to be opaque. You're just using it as a base coat to enhance your main colors for the rainbow. Now that my nail is completely dry, I'm going to be using Pink Punk. And I'm just going to use the nail brush and do a polish swatch down the side of my nail. The second color that I'm going to be using is Easter Bunny, and I'm going to do a polish swatch down the center of my nail. Now you want your colors to blend well, so it doesn't matter if they touch and mix. The third and final color that I'm going to be using is Lacy Lilac, and I'm going to be doing the polish swatch down the opposite side of my nail to finish off the rainbow. If you have any sheerness in the colors that you used for your rainbow, you want to let the polish set and dry for a few minutes before you go fill the colors in. You can use as many colors as you would like, and it doesn't matter in which order you put the colors on your nail. Just have fun with it. Once you've achieved your desired look for your rainbow, let it dry completely and add a top coat. Now it's time to add the cloud design. I am using my French white polish, saran wrap, a little bit of acetone to thin out the polish, and my green dotting tool. Dipping my dotting tool in the polish, I am making little dots at the tip of my nail to create a fluffy cloud. Now I'm using the polish brush to fill in the space to complete the cloud. Now I'm using a makeup sponge and a glitter polish called Kaleidoscope, and I'm just sponging the glitter onto the cloud. After your polish has dried, add your top coat, and then you're finished with your rainbow glitter design. The fourth nail design is the easiest and fastest design on here. It's a real simple decorated egg. I'm starting this design off by using Snow White by Broadway Nails and a makeup sponge. I'm just going to sponge on my base coat. I really don't need the color that opaque, so this saves me half the dry time. I'm going to continue to sponge on my white polish until I get a good finish, and then I'm going to let it dry completely and add a top coat. For the egg design, I'm using Picnic Day by Broadway Nails, and I'm adding a couple drops onto some saran wrap and using my nail brush. Now I'm going to lightly add a zigzag line right in the middle of the nail. At first, I'm lightly applying it to sort of sketch it in, and then I'll go back over it and darken it in. Now I'm using Coastal Surf by Revlon to do another zigzag line above the pink. I'm going to be using Sand in Heaven by Broadway Nails and a Violet Tendencies by Wet n Wild Fast Dry to continue to do the zigzag lines throughout the nail. Now that I have my nail filled up with zigzag lines, I'm going to let it dry and add a top coat. After the top coat dries, your nail is complete. I have never been really good at decorating eggs, and I know that my lines weren't exactly perfect, but I don't think it looks too shabby. I really enjoyed doing this design. And that is it for this design. Let's move on to the last one. The final design that I'm going to be doing is a really cute flowered look on the thumb. For this design, I'm going to be using Royal Hue by Sally Hansen as my base coat. And I want the color to really stand out, so I'm going to be using 2 layers. For the flowers, I'm going to be using Snow White by Broadway Nails and my green dotting tool. And I'm just going to go down my nail and do all the flowers in white and then go back and color them in. Now I'm going to take the color Mellow Yellow from Sally Hansen, and with my dotting tool, I'm going to fill in the middle dot in the flower. I'm going to be using my white and yellow polish and the dotting tool to go back over the petals and the center of the flowers to really enhance the color. Now I'm going to let this dry completely and then add a top coat, and your flower design is finished. I really hope y'all enjoyed all of these nail art designs. I know the video is a little bit late. We had some computer issues, so I wasn't able to get this out on Saturday, so I'm sorry about that. My favorite nail designs that I did was the rabbit and the speckled egg nail design. Leave a comment below and let me know what your favorite design was. Subscribe for more nail videos, and I will see y'all next Saturday. Bye, guys.